And it's penalties. They couldn't be separated in 90 minutes. Waiting for the winners. And Alvarez is clinical. Perfect start for the European champions. Here comes Modric, and Ederson saves it! The first miss from Luka Modric, and it's advantage Manchester City. Bernardo Silva. Oh, that's a terrible penalty. Straight at the goalkeeper who never moved. It was like chipping practice.
How strange. How strange, this penalty.
Jude Bellingham, everything he's touched this season in a Real Madrid shirt has turned to gold. Scores clinically. Really good penalty, calm as you like, rolled it into the corner, and it's 1-1. 1-1, Kovacic, former Real Madrid player, up against his old club in the Champions League and now faced by Lunin. He saved it! Kovacic denied. And the Real Madrid goalkeeper saves two in a row. And Real Madrid now with the chance to take the advantage in the shootout.
Competition steps up.
Lucas Vazquez then, very experienced, over 340 games for Real Madrid. Strides up and scores into the corner. Really good penalty, hardly a flicker of emotion. And just like that, Real Madrid get their noses in front in the shootout. And Manchester City will send Phil Foden forward to try and get them back in it. City, Foden steps up and scores. Emphatically smashed into the back of the Real Madrid net, and they needed that, Manchester City.
Yes, they did.
Inside the Etihad, Ederson waits, here comes Nacho, scores. And that's a really big penalty converted by Nacho for Real Madrid. He's taken the fifth penalty, and if he doesn't score, Manchester City are out. Goalkeeper versus goalkeeper. Ederson scores brilliantly. That's an outstanding penalty from the Manchester City goalkeeper. Should we have expected anything else? League, if Rudiger scores, Manchester City are out. And he scores! Rudiger scores for Real Madrid. They've won the penalty shootout. Manchester City are out of the Champions League, and Real Madrid, who always seem to find a way in this competition, have got themselves through to yet another semi-final. Ederson couldn't get to Rudiger's penalty, and Real Madrid, Steve, somehow, despite hardly seeing the ball all night, have somehow managed to take it to penalties, get themselves through and knock out Manchester City.
Well, how many times have we said they find a way? Real Madrid find a way, and they've done exactly the same tonight. As Bellingham leads the charge down to the Madridistas in the Manchester City end. They may have been behind tonight. They may have been second best to this Manchester City team, but when it comes to getting through in these competitions, you cannot count them out.
Well, the celebrations here are beginning for the Real Madrid players. City off to the perfect start in the shootout when Alvarez scored. Modric had his save by Ederson, but then Bernardo Silva and Kovacic both failed to score. Lunin saving both of them. Jude Bellingham, Lucas Vazquez and Nacho scored. Foden did for Manchester City. Ederson, the goalkeeper, slotted his away and then couldn't prevent Antonio Rudiger from scoring the winning penalty. Real Madrid are through to a 33rd semi-final in this competition, and maybe victory number 15 is only 6 weeks away. The view from the Real Madrid players, the celebration from Carlo Ancelotti, and somehow they always find a way. It's their competition, they're the kings of the competition, and they're going to play Bayern Munich, Steve, in the semi-final.
And it's a semi-final worthy of this competition, because two greats are there, multiple winners, and Real Madrid, and there's the two great managers. I think you can take it for what it is. It's just one's lucky, one's unlucky tonight, but they've done themselves proud.
That's a lovely moment between Carlo Ancelotti and Pep Guardiola. Manchester City have been worthy European champions. It won't be another treble, but it may be a double. The Premier League remains in their sights. The FA Cup could be staying at the Etihad as well, but their reign as European champions is over, and Real Madrid, the kings of the competition, are through to the last four again.
Well, Real Madrid came to Manchester, have knocked out the holders in their own backyards. Two absolute giants of world football. Both a joy to watch. Only one of them could go through. Ends in devastation for Manchester City. They threw everything they could at it, Jolien. It just wasn't enough tonight.
Yeah, obviously when he gets the penalties, it's 50-50. Who controls their emotions, their nerve more. Obviously Real Madrid came out victorious, and over the two legs you couldn't divide much between the two teams. Again, tonight was controlled by Man City overall over the course of the 120 minutes, but yeah, Madrid did their part and got to the penalty shootout.
It's a team that are so used to winning, so used to picking up trophies everywhere they look, but Rio, not tonight. It's Real Madrid who have their own history, an even larger history. They know exactly what to do in the Champions League, and they've done it tonight.
Yeah, that badge, I said it weighs heavy on many of these guys' shoulders, but they seem to be a team that just take it on. They've got players there who are young but have experience, young players that want that responsibility, want to get up with the icons and legends we spoke about before the game that have come to this game. They want to replicate what those guys have done before, and they showed that will. They weren't at their best today. They were defending around their box. They were pen back to their own goal. But they defended well, they stayed in it like a boxer, a little bit punch drunk. And that man there, when he was stepping up to take the penalty, the last penalty, I did say, whoa, hold on. Surely they've got better penalty takers. But again, it's about mindset here at this stage. It's not all about technique. It's about who has the bottle to go up there and say, listen, I am the man. I can do this. I've got the confidence. And I want that responsibility. That man there as well. Cool as you like, under pressure. And listen, there weren't much between these two teams, and it is the little margins that get you through. And I think the mindset, the mentality in penalties, it does come down to a bit of luck, but you've still got to go out there and produce that.
Jolien, Real Madrid might not have been at their best tonight, but they do always find a way.
Yeah, definitely. Again, the most prestigious club in this competition. Again, their best was a different aspect to their game. They probably would have anticipated them being out of possession for large periods today, and they were. But they looked pretty comfortable at times as well. Again, Man City a large possession, sustained attacks, but Madrid would have come and anticipated that being the game. And like Rio said, it's when he gets to that stage, it's not technique, it's composure, emotional control, and nerve. No one would have anticipated Rudiger stepping up to take the last pen, the decisive pen. He did that and he scored, and him and Nacho was so-called a weakling, but he was exceptional tonight as well.
Jude Bellingham just over there celebrating with his friends and family. He said he had to turn his phone off because he had so many requests for tickets to this game, from those in Birmingham, from those that love him, from fans in England. Tonight, Real Madrid are the ones that make it through to the semi-finals, and for Real Madrid, who've won 2 and lost 2 in Europe, the last time they went to penalties was 2016. It was the Champions League final, which they won when they beat Atletico. Look, you don't need any of these stats. You just need to look at these two teams and figure out what is going to happen in this penalty shootout. Rio, if you're a betting man, what would you say happens next?
I think I'll go with Real Madrid now. I thought they looked fatigued. When we went to extra time, I thought they were a team looked like on the last legs. City were probing, City were the team on the front foot, and I thought they'd get it done in extra time. But now they've gone to penalties, I'm probably going to side with Real Madrid here.
Jolien, how are they feeling at this moment? You mentioned fatigue earlier on. This is a team that's well drilled, well organised.
Yeah, they're feeling very tired. Every player. When we're speaking to Rio, they kicked off for the first half at 8 o'clock. At 10:30, that's 2.5 hours of football.
You had plans, didn't it? You had plans.
But yeah, listen, as Rio said there, I think Real Madrid have been playing to get to this stage of the game for a lot longer than Man City. Man City have been probing and pressing, trying to get to a victory overall, but Real Madrid trying to get to penalty.
Two definite penalty takers who was on the pitch, Erling Haaland, Kevin De Bruyne off the pitch now. I mean, that's huge in itself.
Did that surprise you when that happened? I know you guys reacted in the studio with me.
Yeah, definitely. You would have identified them as penalty takers, but you can say that against Real Madrid, Toni Kroos and Vinicius Junior. So listen, there's a lot of quality out there, a lot of international talent, so I don't think any player will not want to take it.
You've been in situations like this. What does the manager say when they're huddled up? What's he trying to get to his players?
Confidence, saying he believes in the players, looking around, looking in the eyes, see who really wants it. I used to look at the floor at these times, didn't want to be picked. But there will be people like that in there. But you've got to be honest. But they've prepared for this. The preparation's done. The technique is there. It's all been done in the training ground. But you can't replicate these moments, this atmosphere. And then it's down to each individual to control themselves in this atmosphere. Hardest thing to do.
Yeah, 100%. Listen, you can replicate penalty taking, the technique of it all, but that walk from the halfway line to the penalty spot to the 18-yard box, that can be a lonely place. So, again, Pep will be saying execute what you've practiced. Don't change your mind. Go there, steady your thoughts, compose yourself, see the job through.
What about Real Madrid? They are giants in the Champions League. They are on the road. It doesn't faze them. They come to a place like the Etihad, and they're unbeaten here for such a long time.
Again, as a club, there's no bigger club in this competition. As a group of players, this will be a new stage for them. Again, they're relatively young. Yes, there's a lot of experience in there. Some of them have won this competition before, but listen, at this stage of the competition now and at this stage of the game, you can be nervous.
With that badge comes expectancy. It comes responsibility. It comes replicating what's gone before you, history. So these Real Madrid players know that, and I just feel that extra bit of confidence from what the badge gives them, I think, puts them as favourites in my eyes.
That first toss, that was for which end?
Well.
That toss there, that is for whether you'll go first or second. So Carl Walker saying Manchester City are going to go first.
Manchester City, and we at Laura.
Listen.
Oh, is it near us? Oh, this is what you want.
Okay, right, let's get back to commentary team then. Let's get these penalties underway, shall we? Let's go back to Maka and also Darren Fletcher.